so let's go to the second topic or whatnot. All right, so should a man check a woman about wearing a bonnet in public? All right, the reason why, and Cortney has on a bonnet, kind of, sort of.
This is bonnet though, but I have feelings about this, so go ahead.
Okay, so the reason why I came up with this right here is because, you know, a couple weeks ago we talked about the Derek Jackson situation about him getting caught up. He's a which hashtag full of shit, which I think men are. No offense, Danny.
Some men.
Most men.
Okay, I can deal with most men.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So his wife came on camera and she came with her battle gear, you know, with her camouflage, whatever, and her hat.
Yeah.
And so she got flack for that, you know, which I was one of the ones that was saying, I would have never came up there like I try to be more presentable for this YouTube show because I know eventually when it does blow up, people are gonna go back and watch it. You know, like, oh my gosh, you know. So I just think she could have done better, personally. But she had her own. We can't take our vision for women and place it on her because when they did her background, like she never really dressed up and, you know, did like the hair, the lashes. That was her. So anyway, so the thing is, I was talking to a guy and he was like, oh, I hate seeing women because it's Black women. You know, it's us that do it. But I hate seeing Black women out in public with a bonnet. And so he was like, he wouldn't talk to her. Like, even if he was like attracted to her, he would not talk to her. He would not walk up to her and be like, hey, excuse me, miss, what's your name? What's your phone number? He was like, he would go up to her and be like, baby, you beautiful. Why would you come out the house looking like that? And I was, I said, even though you complimented her, and even though you said it in a soft, respectful tone, and your delivery was good, a Black woman would wild out on you. And he was so confused about it. He was like, really? I was like, they would.
That's the biggest insult ever, to be honest.
They would. I said, because I said, I think you got, and y'all can help me out with this, but I'm thinking you got two types of bonnet wearing women. You got the one that's literally just like, oh, they cooking Sunday dinner, Easter dinner, because it's Easter Sunday. And they go, oh my God, I need some flour to fry this chicken. Put it on, run the food line to Walmart real quick, and back to the house, you know? But then you got the other kind, which the stereotype, low income, poverty, hood rich, you know, and they just walk around with their bonnet and the pajamas on all day, every day. So, can a man, I don't know if we should say check, but can a man check a woman? Can a man check a woman about a bonnet? Daniel, you go, because you're a man, and then Cortney will let you know. What do you think?
I think you gotta be my thoughts, but yeah.
Absolutely not. I mean, I get it. I get it. Sometimes you don't want your spouse going and looking any kind of way. I also think that it also depends on the circumstance in which a man never has to correct a woman on how she should look for a different situation anyway. It just doesn't matter like that. Even some of the hood rich try. Like, even some of the hood rats try to go for certain situations, even though it might still look hood. Should a man check a woman? Absolutely not, because I'm big on double standards. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like if you don't want your woman, if you're a man that wears a do-rag proficiently, and you're just going to the store in a do-rag, or you're going somewhere in a do-rag, you shouldn't wear a do-rag because a do-rag ain't nothing but a male version of a bonnet.
A nightcap. You're absolutely correct.
When I had waves, I was spinning at one point in time before I went bald.
Making them pivot, making these.
You know what I'm saying? You know, wavy. You feel me? And if you don't believe that, check my Facebook. Anyway, I slept in a do-rag every night. And it was to the point where I literally went to work in my do-rag. I literally went to the store in my do-rag because I ain't brought out the waves unless I was going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? That was just me. So that's the reason why. And again, everybody knows that watches this podcast consistently. I'm a different man. I'm not going to check my girlfriend or my wife. Like I said, unless we going somewhere. And even still, if we going somewhere and she want to wear the bonnet just not to mess her hair up until we about to walk in, I don't care about that either.
I see this is the thing. So let me deep dive a little bit. So we know that there's a stereotype with Black American women wearing the bonnet. There's a stereotype about it with hood project look bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So you're dating a woman who need to go out and do that. So you're saying you're not gonna say, babe, take the cap off real quick. Don't do that. Like, so you're saying you're just gonna let her go out there?
It just depends. If we, like I said, if we go into the store, you know, and if I still have my ways, chances are I'm gonna be in a do-rag.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If we're going somewhere, like if we're going to say my family's house and we're not married and you don't really know them, I know my mama and my grandmama gonna say something. You know what I'm saying? Baby,
you know it.
Take that off. Take it off.
And that's the thing that the guy was saying. He was saying, the guy that I was conversing with, he was saying walking up like Walmart or something, but she's an attractive female. He just like, baby girl, why don't take that off?
But here's the thing about that though. You attracted to her, right? So what is the bonnet killing for you if you're still attracted to her? Me personally, call me weird, but like I like to see women that aren't like trying. That makes sense. Like all the time, like all the natural beauty is what it is for me.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say because I ain't trying to get crucified. But
look, because the makeup brushes will come for you like the beehive.
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know. And no, see what we're not gonna do, Daniel. Go ahead, Cortney. I'm done talking.
Tashonda say ratchet ass female. But guys love the ratchet. They love that ratchet pussy now. You know?
The thing is that you say that, but I feel like
thank you, Cassandra.
I feel like I'm one of those.
Oh, you couldn't say it. The bonnet doesn't make a difference if you're attracted to them.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point that I was making about the dude. Like, oh, she attractive, but I ain't gonna talk to her. Man, like, come on, bro. And there's females that are the same way though. Like I had this conversation with a female and she was talking about like if your shoes are raggedy, this was in high school. If your shoes are raggedy, the second time she sees you, she's not gonna talk to you. Like the first time she'll give you a pass because you might be at the basketball court, you might be working out. But if you go somewhere with her and your shoes are raggedy, she's not gonna talk to you after that.
I feel like
that's weird.
But that's as weird as that dude that like he not gonna talk to a female and all she got is a bonnet on and she in the grocery store.
Well, this is a great topic because Cortney is currently wearing a wrap, right? And even though Cortney is very attractive in this wrap, you hear me, Cortney? Can you hear?
Courtney, you good? I hear you.
Is it just me or she froze?
No,
she did freeze, but the thing didn't freeze. She froze because you were saying something. Yeah.
Go ahead. What you were saying?
No, what were you about to say? Because I think you was probably going to say what I was already thinking.
Well, I was saying this is a good topic because Cortney is currently wearing a wrap, right? I've never seen Cortney in a wrap before, but Cortney looks good in a wrap. But Cortney, she's not really feeling the wrap, you know. But I think the wrap looks amazing on her.
What did I tell you earlier? The wrap and the big hoop earrings is a style. That is literally a style.
That's like a but then that kind of goes back to, you know, like it's a ghetto hood chick, like, you know, all you need is like the long nails, the dye, you know, like the gold, you know, like it's nostalgic. I think that's what they call it, nostalgic or whatever. But
I mean,
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say if you want to go like back to like, because this is our quote unquote heritage. Who want to, you know, African American, like this is what we would be wearing and stuff like that. But I was saying like it was funny how Daniel was like he don't like girls who like try so hard all the time, because I feel like I am one of those females.
That try hard all the time.
I always feel like.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
I feel like my cousin back there agreeing.
I'm gonna tell you,
try hard.
I'm gonna tell you all the time. I agree with that 100% for the simple fact of Ashley.
What her cousin say? What your cousin saying?
is not on, she can't go nowhere.
Yeah, that's true.
She don't go nowhere. Or she'll get on FaceTime and be like this.
Yeah.
I'm
like, bro, let me what is FaceTime for?
Listen, okay. So all right. So here's my thing, right? I don't like to be caught slipping, right?
But I don't think a head wrap is called slipping though. That's what I'm saying.
This is the thing. I see the head wrap and the bonnet as something real different, right?
Yeah. Go in depth about that.
So a head wrap, this is part of people's culture sometimes. Like when you think about Muslim women and stuff like that, that's not necessarily something that I just feel like it's more of a cultural thing. Granted, I know a lot of girls don't wear this for a cultural thing. They do it for me because I got the Cleo from Set It Off braids under here. So I'm putting it on because, that's me. But, it's more of a cultural thing. I feel like naturally you should look at a head wrap like this, more of a cultural thing than a bonnet. But with me, my thing is I don't want to call wearing a bonnet out in public ratchet, or the girls who put on the bonnet and the pajamas out ratchet or so. That's just not me. I don't like Ashley, you ain't I'm not the type to just put on my pajamas and go to the store. I'm gonna get dressed. There has been plenty of times where I done got dressed and they're like, where you going? I'm to Walmart.
I just started to get some. I'm all of that. Girl, no.
Nah, there's plenty of people like that though. There's plenty.
There are plenty women that's like that.
I don't know. Maybe it's my own insecurities why I do that. Matter of fact, it's probably my own insecurities why I do that. But I don't.
And let me make something real clear.
What do you mean by caught slipping? You don't want to get caught slipping.
She don't want somebody that she may like to see her and she don't look her best. It's basically what she's saying. But here's the thing. Let me make it clear too while I have the floor. I'm not talking about somebody that just don't care sometimes and you go out looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in the store plenty of times and I'll be like, I don't know why she came out of the house like that. I literally said it to myself. I'll be in the store with my mama and be like, I'll be like, look, what? And she's like, I don't know, Daniel. I just don't know. I get some people be looking crazy. I just don't feel like a bonnet for a store run is not that much of to where if I see you and I'm single and you fine, I'm not gonna talk to you.
But can you see through? That's another thing. Can men see through the bonnet? Not see through. Can the bonnet be excluded? Because you know how women be I don't have to show my ass or my titties or stuff like that. They want to be covered, and so men be well, I don't mind using my imagination. I don't know, pervert type shit, but I don't mind using my. So can men? Does that do something for grown men? They want to know oh, what does she have? Is she natural? Does she have long hair? Does she have a perm?
It's definitely
does she have dreads? Does she is it when you unveil the bonnet and you because guys be surprised when I guess they think I'm bald, because I wear a lot of weave and stuff or whatever, but it's a protective style. Going back to what Cortney said about culture and stuff for us. It's a protective style, especially box braids.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I lost my whole train of thought.
We was talking about protective styles, and then the bonnet, when women do finally take off the bonnet, men surprised, yeah. Oh my God, you got hair. Oh, I'm
gonna be honest with you. I mean, it does leave something to the imagination. You know what I'm saying? It leaves something to the imagination, but I mean, it's hair. It's not you know what I'm saying? She's wearing a nun's outfit and
do you see what she's saying?
A bonnet to a store run
versus the interview.
That's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say I don't think if you're doing a store
run, would show up to an interview. Maybe a Burger King interview or McDonald's or something,
Not even that. But my point is, my opinion is what you have on in that moment in time on the first encounter. I understand the first impression is everything, but you know what I'm saying? If the dude, what I'm trying to wrap my head around is the dude said she was attractive. Mm-hmm. So how petty are you to let a bonnet turn you off?
He said he don't like one of the stereotypes that we're all in already as Black Americans. And he was when he see a woman out and he'd be she got on a bonnet, he'd just be why, sister? Like, he's one of those, like,
but the
sister,
but you said
queen.
that he said that he's not gonna talk to her. He's not going to
He's not gonna talk. He's
her.
not gonna pursue her with wanting to get to know her relationship wise, but he did want to have a conversation with her to let her know that she's beautiful and to remove the bonnet. Don't
That's
come out.
I don't see. That's stupid.
Listen,
that's dumb.
If it was like more of a like, I don't want you wearing the bonnet like when we go out, I kind of get that.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah,
I get that, because I mean, granted, I'm gonna wear my bonnet inside the house, but like, even if, you know, my man or whatever, like, I'm gonna wear it inside the house because my hair, I need to protect it. But like, when you go out, you're a representation of that person. You know what I mean? Like,
yep, exactly.
I'm not trying to go out to the store with you and then like we run into like your family or your friends or whatever, and they be like, "That's you?" Like,
yeah,
I don't want that. I don't want that. So like,
you don't want say that one more time. Like somebody judging you, saying
like they like they be like, "That's you?" Like, that's you. Like, I don't want that. And like, I'm a representation of you. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of how I see it.
So like, Daniel, you and your girl was at Walmart, but she got on the bonnet, and your homeboy was like, "That's you, bro." Like,
and I'm gonna be like, "Hell yeah,
they expect more." They expect a woman without a bonnet.
Right. And I'm gonna be like, "Heck yeah, that's me. That is my baby." And you can go to our Instagram and see where she be fly. Okay, because right now we just getting chicken and eggs and bread, and you're not gonna judge me and my girl because 9 times out of 10 I got on basketball shorts and some slides.
Right, I get that, but at the same time, for me, how I think, like,
I get you. I'm just
that's just how I'm thinking of it. Like, I don't want even if it's just like we walk to the store, like we go to the store and like it's just you're like, maybe we run into your parents or something. I don't want people to be like
you don't have that though. Like, I want you to seek some therapy because you don't have that. Like Cortney doesn't even have an inch of a drop of fucking in her. Like she doesn't have
it's when sensitivity. She can't control that.
Yeah,
I don't think
like
that's a therapy
thing. When she did, she'd be like, it was like, I gotta go to the store real quick. And like she'd be like, I'll be right back. Like, I'm like, who are you hiding from? Like, you're an attractive woman. Like, and they're gonna holler at you regardless.
I'm not.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Okay, all right. So next topic.
This is all I'm doing, right?
So final thoughts on the bonnet in public. Cortney, what's your final thoughts about a man checking a woman for a bonnet in public? Final thoughts.
I feel like if you checking it about going in public, like we going like out, like don't wear the bonnet, I understand that. But I mean, as far as like, I mean, granted, that's just me about like running to the store with the bonnet. I don't think it's a really big deal for everybody else. I don't think you should really check your woman for that. I think that's doing a little bit too much. That's just me. I'm not going to the store in a bonnet. I feel like this is different than a bonnet because, you know, it's like styled. It's like a cultural type of feeling, or yeah, that's a better way to say, like cultural type of feeling to it or whatever. But yeah, I don't think you should be checking your woman for like running to the store or something like that or whatever, running to the gas station real fast. Maybe like if y'all going out to, I mean, I saw it today when we had got Applebee's to go. There was people in there dining with the bonnet on and stuff like that. I don't. If you want to check your girl
Easter,
Easter girl. And I feel it if you like, you know, like chill out, like we going out to eat, like take the bonnet off, like put it a ponytail, I mean ponytail,
slick it back.
To even have to do that should know it should be embedded, like Shonda said, you're an extension of each other. Like your reflection. Like I don't want, you know, I want people to look at me and be like,
dang, that's him.
Yeah, like on a good note, you know, on a good. So Daniel, what's your final thoughts on the bonnet with the? And I love the fact that you was talking about the reverse, which is the do-rag. Like I didn't even think about it. I don't even see guys with do-rags no more because guys don't either baldy. I don't even see guys with waves no more. I mean, I need to get out.
I miss mine. I miss my waves. I miss all 5 of my hairstyles. Anyway, like I said, it just depends. It depends on where we're going.
Okay.
Like I said, if we're like, say we live together or married or something like that, and we need groceries and we need to go big grocery shopping, we're going together. I'm not expecting you to you know, get dressed and all that, and you know what I'm saying, put on your hair or do your hair, or if you wear a wig, put on your hair. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that. But
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends on where we're going. If we're going to my parents or your parents' house, like, just I would expect you not to wear a bonnet. If we're going out, I would expect you not to wear a bonnet. That's it.
All right, and so my final thoughts on it is like once again reiterating what Daniel said about the do-rag. I didn't really realize about the do-rag situation. I don't think the do-rag is as
it's not as looked at as the bonnet.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. And then but now
really
I'm thinking like,
with their
but I want my guy to come out with me in a do-rag. And my thing is, because I still got cousins, but they're older, like they do the do-rag, but it's the flat. Yeah, like I prefer to roll that bitch up, roll it up, tuck it, But no, I guess I don't want him to wear the do-rag because I want the
Hey, Keshaw just said Jesus didn't rise on Easter Sunday to see people eating bonnets. I'm just saying.
The disrespect. That's why I was like on Easter. But yeah, my perspective on it, I prefer us not to wear the bonnets permanently. Like if it's just a run to the store real quick, then okay, that's fine. But if it's like you got bills you got to pay, you're dressed and no, just put it in a ponytail. But then I'd rather you just put on the dad hat, put your hair in a ponytail, do the dad hat, and then just go about your day. You know?
Or just instead of having a bonnet, wear the scarf.
Wear the scarf. I'm a good scarf girl. Like I'm a good ponytail puff ball and a scarf tied a knot. I'm good.
I think that's so attractive. I love the scarf. Hairs.
Especially like with your sunglasses and a hat.
Mm-hmm. Good lip gloss, a good lip gloss, and good
yes, Lord.
You good. All right, so let's go to the third topic, which is Black men wearing hoodies inside establishments. So
you talking about the actual hood, or just hoodies? Okay,
hoods. Because when he was talking about that, and we was talking about the stereotypes of the bonnet, I said, you want to walk up to a Black woman and be like, baby girl, don't do that, you're a queen, you know how they look at you. And my reply to that, it wasn't the do-rag Daniel, but that was a great one once again. My reply to what he said was, I said, well, are you walking up to brothers and saying, my brother, take the hoodie off, take when you're going into like grocery store, like gas stations and stuff, because hence the Trayvon Martin situation. And then a lot of Black boys, especially now with the mask and stuff on, like where was we at? We was damn, what restaurant we was at? Oh my God, I forgot what restaurant we was at this weekend. But Shake Shack. We was Shake Shack in Charlotte. And it was a guy, he had on a fitted hat and he was wrapped all the way up. All you saw was this right here. I said, I feel uncomfortable. Let's get this to go. Like I was scared. Like, and I was like, fuck. I'm acting like a Caucasian person. Like I was scared. I was like, I don't feel comfortable. Like this doesn't look right to me,
It's a stereotype.
But they exist, and I'm not gonna like be ashamed of it because why now when I share news articles about stuff, I was like, y'all, let's stop being a stereotype. But so I asked him, I said, if you're gonna walk up to a Black woman and talk about she's better than the bonnet, do you walk up to a brother, a Black man, and say, take off the hoodie? Because you know how these people in these stores feel about that. It gives them the anxiety of, oh my God, I'm about to get robbed. And I know people are gonna be like, Ashley, how in the hell can a Black man putting on a hoodie make you feel like you're about to get robbed? The same way when Caucasian people see a Black person walking towards them, they either cross the street, they grip their purse a little bit tighter, or they lock the damn door. And I do all that for everybody, not just Black people. But I think I'm a Caucasian woman a little bit. I just scared of everything. Like the world is crazy. The world is crazy. But so how do you feel about the Black man in the hoodie? Like when he's about to walk into a gas station, do you think he should take the shit off just so he can be like, hey, I ain't here to rob nobody. I'm just here to get my blunts, my cigars.
I personally hate the idea of having to change what you want to wear to make someone else feel comfortable. I really do not like the idea whatsoever. Especially
I understand you don't like it, but if it can bring
you
home.
I understand there's a reality behind it. I understand all that, but at the same time, it's I don't like it. It's the same way how people like girls should dress a certain way because of, you know, what could happen. And it's like,
she's like a serial killer.
It's like, just because I dress a certain way does not give you the right to touch me. Like, that's not a justifiable thing. And so I feel the same way about the hoodie. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's a matter of like knowing about where you're going. And I understand there's a reality about it. I just don't like the idea of having to do all that just to make someone else comfortable. Because white guys wear hoodies, Hispanic guys wear hoodies, everybody wears a hoodie. Girls still.
I don't think that's even a race thing, though, my opinion. But continue.
It's just, well, if we're talking about black men, yeah, but
we're talking about black men.
I understand we're talking about black men, but I don't.
We're looked at more like when you go on
right, and it's you know, it's sucky because everybody wears hoodies. Like, you can get a hoodie from like every fucking store. I've been drinking too much, but you can get a hoodie from every.
I was gonna ask what kind of drink that was.
I have
on that
tequila. I think I have tequila
on Easter Sunday. My lord, I'm playing.
It's a celebration. No.
I'm talking about it's a celebration.
But yeah, I just don't like the idea of it. I don't think I would be one of the people like, nah, don't wear that hoodie. Like, I just don't see me saying that.
I am.
Maybe if we're going to like a certain restaurant or something like that, like maybe like, but that's more.
That's
so,
just etiquette.
Right, like you gotta just dress for where you're going. That's how I'm thinking of it. I don't think I would go a certain place and be like, nah, stop wearing that hoodie. Maybe if it was like a freaking place where like people was getting stopped that I was aware of, like something like that, you know.
Yeah, I've had to do the ask like people. I like, can you take your hoodie off real quick? Like, if you go in the store, take your hoodie off. Like I've said that.
I've experienced that, and I've experienced the being looked at crazy, and so I went to a PWI. For people that don't know what PWI is predominantly white institution.
Right.
I played football up there for a year, and I had my hoodie on. It was, I remember this like it was yesterday. It was 11:50. The store closed at 12, and it was cold. This was in the mountains of North Carolina in the fall, so it was every bit of 30 degrees. So yeah, I had a do-rag on. I had, you know, my hoodie over my head because it was freaking cold. I walked in to the place and the cop saw me walk in. He was driving. He slowed down, saw me walk in, was almost past the gas station, did a illegal cop U-turn and came and stood in the gas station until I left. And literally, you talking about other people feeling uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable. And I'm not talking, he didn't even make it seem like he was coming to buy anything. He didn't even make it seem like he was coming to talk to the cashier. He literally walked in the door and followed me around every aisle in that store.
Okay.
So my point is, just because I felt a way about my well-being, I tell people, take your hoodie off before you go in any store. Granted, the place that I lived was predominantly white, but at the end of the day, like, that happens everywhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that stereotype too, Cortney. Like, I can't stand it. If I want to wear a hoodie and I want my head covered, I want to do that without being looked at weird. But nowadays, there's some stores like in Florence. I think the Circle K in Florence, they said they will not serve you unless you take your hoodie off.
Yeah.
They will not serve you. It says it at the door. If you remove all hoodies from the door. It don't matter if you're white, black, blue, green, or orange. So, you know what I'm saying? He definitely did, Kashonda. He definitely racially profiled me because I'm a 5'11", 320-pound dude at the time. You know what I'm saying? But I was still like that was a lesson learned for me. And people would tell me all the time, take your hoodie off around here, bro. Take your hoodie off. I'm like, man, I ain't from around here, man. I don't care. And that's the reason, because you're not from around here. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I say, as much as I hate that stereotype, for our well-being at this moment in time, with everything that's going on and has went on, some things you just gotta do just to stay alive. And I hate to say it like that, but some things you gotta do so you can make it home. You know what I'm saying?
We discussed that on an episode about matter of fact, Whitney was up here. Hey Whitney, if you're watching, well, when you go back and watch and listen, we was talking about Black men making it home. You know, like, because I was saying like it was, the topic was Black men and their fuck the police mentality. Like, I know my rights, bro. Like, okay.
Me and my mama had a conversation about that the other day.
We'll deal with, like I said on that episode, I was like, I'd rather stand beside you at a news press conference and we talk about the harassment versus me on this news conference by myself crying and I gotta plan a funeral.
Yep.
All because you know your rights, bruh. Like,
there's just some things that we have to come to the realization, no matter how messed up it is, that we just can't do right now. I'm not saying we'll never be able to do it, but there's just some things that we just can't do. And
we come a long way. We come a long way, and I know we still got a ways to go. We will never be equal. So get that through your head. We'll never be equal. You know, men and women aren't equal, you know, but when it comes to that race thing, it's a lot. You know, it's very stressful, but compared to the way we are right now, compared to our grandparents and their it is not worth. It's not worth all the extras. So yeah, make it home.
Definitely, I agree.
But my thoughts on the hoodie thing, just take it off. Just take it off. Just take it off. To save yourself, to save the trouble. All right, so we're gonna do one more topic, and then we can roll over the fifth topic to the next episode. But the fourth one, are broken women good for business? And the reason why, and I don't even want to say Black, but it was a Black guy that kind of gave me this topic. But going back with the Derek Jackson situation, you know, like his following were women that like unhappy women, like women that are, you know, in these unhappy relationships and stuff. And so they were buying his books, buying his cars, going to the seminars, you know, because they were like, I'm not happy with my spouse. I'm not happy with my husband. I want a good man, you know, unhappy women. So do y'all think, and I think me and Cortney, us being women, and then Danielle, you know, you're attracted to women and you went through your situations. Are broken women good for business? Good business people? Like, you know, you got the supply and the demand. So the demand is women want a good man, a good brother. So when they saw him like, hey, is your man cheating on you? Buy this book to learn all the signs of if he's cheating on you so you won't waste your time. They're like, oh yeah. So are broken women good for business?
You can go ahead, Cortney.
Go before me. I'm debating.
That's why I asked you to go, because I was kind of debating too. Anyway, so since she put me on the spot, definitely, it's definitely marketable. It's definitely, and not even just for the benefit of the men that are like Derek Jackson, or is that name Derek Jackson?
Yeah.
It's not even just that. It's marketable for the actual woman who is actually broken. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I mean. This is not the same thing, but it's in the same context. You know how you watch American Idol or The Voice, and every single person has some type of sob story.
A sad story, yep.
Every single one of them. Well, you know, my dad died 30 years ago, and I just been struggling with that. I stopped music altogether, but, you know, he came to me in a dream, and that's why I'm making music.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Pause real quick. I don't know, people that watch me and stuff, like, several years ago, I went to go try out for the Biggest Loser TV show, and I'm not gonna lie, Daniel, when it came to me, and if they was like, oh, we want you, but I was gonna pull out a sad story. I bought my mama obituary, like, but it was real though. Like, I wasn't just like, Yeah, like, but it was like a real, so everybody's sad story is real. That's why I be like, everybody got a story. Everybody got a story. But you can go ahead.
And that's what I said, it's not exactly the same thing, but it's still a marketable tactic to pull at the heartstrings of millions of people that's watching. So, yes, to be broken is amazing for business. You know what I'm saying? There's a girl on TikTok that makes poems, and a lot of her poems be about heartbreak. And she has like almost 1 million followers.
Wow.
Now, granted, the poems are great. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has a talent, but most of her work is sad stuff. So to be broken is definitely a marketable tool for both sides. For the man that's like, hey, did that nigga break your heart? Let's help you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's
for
also
$49.99 plus
you can get this book, and then you can call me whenever. You know, it's the same thing. And then you got that woman that's like, women, I've been broken, and I'm sure there's other women that have been broken the same way by these no good men. So I want to be a help to every woman, so she don't have to be in my situation. And
you don't have to be me.
Yeah,
you don't have to be me.
That's literally what happens. Literally what happens the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a tactic, and they get money. So yes, that was long-winded. I'm sorry, but absolutely yes. I feel like
Shonda said broken women target areas for financial gain. It's money. It's money there.
There's money to be made.
It's relatable.
Right.
Everyone has felt like, granted, we've talked about this before. I don't think like if
back in a second.
I don't think that I'm broken, right?
Okay.
But everyone has felt broken at one time. Or they go through something and they feel like it's a similar experience or something like that. It's relatable. It's something relatable that everyone can relate to.
Right.
And so that is marketable because there's a group of people who feel that way. Especially with the men ain't shit women, like all men are cheaters women, it's a relatable thing. So it's always going to be marketable because everyone has felt that. Even if they don't feel like they are necessarily broken like me, like I wouldn't say I'm broken. Do I need therapy? Probably. But did you hear that?
What did they say?
She said, hell yeah.
I like them.
But like, do I need therapy? Yes. But I wouldn't consider myself broken. Have I felt broken? Absolutely. I think everyone is a relatable thing, so it's always going to be marketable. If you can relate to people, it's always going to be marketable. There's always going to be a market of people who feel broken. 100%.
You're right. I like the way you said that, Cortney, because when you said it, it started making me think like everybody go through something, or everybody feels broken at some point in time in their life, just like everybody feels like they need to lose weight at some point in their life, like they feel fat or they feel unhappy. So the same way I think you make millions and trillions of dollars off of weight loss regimens and stuff, it's just like wanting to be happy. I think women who are broken or who are damaged, we used that word before in the episode about being damaged, you want to find happiness, just like you want to lose weight to find some happiness, feel better and look better. I don't know. I think you gotta. It starts within. Instead of versus buying a book, that because you're not just gonna. It might give you some tools to work with, but I'd rather deal with like a human being instead of spending it on a book, Derek Jackson or whomever, or going to these seminars. Do some one-on-one soul
actually
searching.
Get some therapy.
Yeah, get some therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of buying some cars, like Shonda said something about his cars. It was like. I know what you're talking about. If that's the case, then because I've been talking to a lot of guys, giving a lot of questions and a lot of insights, which a lot of these questions, we're on episode 15 with I've Known This Podcast, and I think we did about 5 to 6 episodes of Successfully Single. And we do 4 to 5 questions per episode. And we have questions within the questions that like, so I could literally do a card game my damn self just by conversing with guys, or a board game rather. But yeah, I just think that women need to find it within themselves, take that contact your insurance. I think you get like 5 free sessions with your insurance, and then after that, maybe get a discount. But you ain't gonna find it by watching something online and by ordering something off TV. You need some one-on-one time with a therapist. So don't spend all your money. That's how I am about the lottery. Like, I know I would never win the lottery. Why? Because I don't play. I'm not committed. I hate wasting money. I'd rather buy a pack of chicken, fry it, and make some money off of it versus buying 10 lottery tickets, scratching off, and then disappointed because I didn't get anything. At least the chicken was fried and it tasted good. With the lottery, and people, well, you're putting it towards people college fund.
Well, I don't know about frying chicken because I can't cook, but I don't never win nothing, so you'll never catch me trying to play the lottery.
I'm like, I just saw a news article about a woman was visiting her family in Lamar, South Carolina, and won $30,000 off a scratch off. I said that would never be me, ever, because I don't waste my money. Well, with that attitude, no, I'm playing. I don't waste my money. Like, I hate that. Like, I'm just like, this is okay. I bought a book, a whole book, Danielle and Cortney. I bought a whole book for $300. I said, I got to win something on this road. It's a fresh road. Nobody has picked off this. I won $180.
So you still was in a hole.
$300.
Yeah.
And you know what people told me? They was like, my lottery people who are committed to it, they was like, you did it wrong. I said, what you mean? They was like, you got to go to a small town, to a small store. I just went to Food Lion in Columbia. They was like, you did it wrong. You got to go to a little mom and pop store. I'm like,
now it is a statistic that a lot of people win more money, especially when it comes to scratch offs. They say that they fund the smaller places. That's the reason why you go to these small little no-name stores and they got all of those winners up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. I understand, but it's still, I played one time and won $10 and took that same $10 and went in to try to get something else and lost the $10. I said, I ain't doing this no more.
It's addictive. It's addictive.
I ain't doing this no more.
Well, all right. So we all agree that broken women are good for business. But we also agreed don't find it within a board game, a card game, or somebody that's talking to you on the internet. You go talk to somebody that's professionally can help you out professionally. So with that being said, thank you guys for this episode. We will see you next Sunday. If anybody would like to be a guest on the show,
you gotta pay. My Cash App is $.
You want to do the last one real quick?
Okay. All right. So the last one. Which accessories on a person is a deal breaker for you?
Accessories?
And what I mean by, because I didn't know the correct way to say it, but the accessories would be like piercings, tattoos, tongue rings, cock ring. Like what's something on a person that you'd be like, oh, I can't.
You didn't know.
And I'll go first.
Daniel don't know what a cock ring is.
Yes, I do know what a cock ring is. Like, why would you wear that out? That's what I want. That's what I want. Like, why
Daniel watch porn just like everybody else. He know what a cock ring is. All right, so my thing is I don't like nipple rings. I don't like nipple rings. I recently discovered I don't like men having tongue rings. I don't like guys that use anal plugs. I don't like none of that shit. I ain't with it. Deal breaker.
I don't have a problem with none of that.
Same. Well, on a woman, of course. But like, I don't. Okay.
Maybe
I love piercings, but too many piercings are too much. Like the girl that did my nose ring, obviously she works at the piercing place, but I'm talking about she had like, you know what I'm saying, like all of this, and then she even had dimple piercings, and I was like, you so pretty, but that's just too much.
Yeah, like I've seen girls with the nose that like, oh, matter of fact, I just saw somebody with hoops in their nose, a bar through the nose, a piercing right here, and then they had no, it was a hoop. No, it was a stud, a hoop, and then the hoop went here. You know, the little
thing
like
to
that.
To the ear
thing here, you know, a piercing here. And then they had the chest tap across their chest.
Oh, I don't. That's a turn on for me. Tattoos. I don't care if that female is yatted from head to toe. As long as it ain't on her face, I love me a tatted woman. And that's ironic because I have absolutely zero tattoos pending the next couple months. I'm finna be yatted. I mean, anyway, because, it's about to be a hot boy summer. I got to make sure.
Who told you that? Sweetie out here. Sweetie is out here. It's an icy girl.
But nah.
Her post, she said new hair, new number.
I saw it.
I ain't paying Sweetie no attention.
I don't have a problem with that. I done seen people with like a whole bunch of piercings, but it worked for them. I done seen it where it's a whole bunch of piercings, it doesn't. I think it all just depends on what kind of look that you have. To me, none of those things bother me. Maybe the gauges, but that's because I've
the holes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I've heard that, but the only reason I wouldn't, that would be a deal breaker, because I know that they can stink. Like I've heard that they can like stink,
smell really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah.
But
I don't mind gauges, but they can't be too big.
Yeah, I can't see me dating someone like as big as my hoops. Like
I saw a girl on TikTok that literally has gauges the size of your earrings. No exaggeration. And I looked at it and I was looking and I'm like, nah. So I looked at the video again and it was literally her. I thought it was just an earring, but it was literally a gauge. And I just can't. I don't mind gauges that's like maybe like that. I don't know if y'all can see it.
So what, like a dime, nickel, quarter? How big?
I'm cool with a quarter.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest because I think you can still reverse that if you wanted to. A quarter. It's hard to reverse.
Yeah. But everything else that you mentioned, like cock ring, nose ring, and that's either here or here.
That just sounds painful. Cock ring.
Eyebrow, I don't think that would bother me. I don't see it bother me because I've seen that stuff. Well, not the cock ring, except there was a guy when I was going to school in Florida. There was a guy who had a cock ring, and he was like showing like everybody. I never saw it, but he was like showing it back. But like I've never seen a cock ring in person, but maybe like on porn or something. But
right.
But everything else, like I didn't seen it work for people. Like even these things.
The dimple rings.
Yeah, like the girls who have dimples, like I think it works for them. Like, yeah.
But a lot of girls get it to create the dimples.
I told you can turn it up. I'm always cold. I told you that. But yeah. Damn.
Oh, hell no. I gotta get off that Facebook dating shit. Hell no. All right.
Somebody saw something they like. I see you now. You better do it.
Oh shit. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I just think certain things like I don't know. I need therapy. Because like this guy, he had like nipple rings, and I was like, you got nipple rings? I was like, I only seen like male like my theories be right. I said only male strippers have nipple rings. And he was like, oh, I used to be a stripper. I'm like, fucking
well, makes sense.
Not only male strippers have nipple rings.
Well, to me, my theory. And it was correct. He proved my point right. I was like, I knew it. And I was like, and then that went down a whole nother hole. I was like, so when did you become a stripper? Like, were you struggling? Because like, some women be like, oh, I need to pay for college. I need to do this. And I was like, so what was your reason in becoming a stripper? And he was just, yeah. But I also think male strippers are bisexual, but we will have a male stripper on the show as a guest. If he pick up the phone or whatever. But yeah, for me, I'm not plain Jane, but I don't like extra stuff. Like
in some situations, less is more anyway.
Yeah, I just don't like
I think it depends on your look. Like me personally, I don't think I could do a lot of piercings. I think that would mess my whole thing up. I
think this would be it for me. As far as on my face, I think this is all I could really do. I thought about putting a stud next to it. You know what I'm saying? And if I do that, that would be the most I would go. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have no tattoos, no piercings. Like I really want an extra thing in my ear, but I'm so nervous. But then again, I did get my eyebrows tattooed on, so I might could go through the pain, you know. But I do want a nose ring after I lose more weight.
I think you'd be cute with a nose ring now.
You be cute with a nose ring now.
I've always wanted a nose ring. I think eventually I'm gonna do it, but
I might do it this year.
Y'all should.
Yeah, I would do it this year because I've been doing a lot of stuff that I wouldn't normally do. But I want a nose ring, and then I want a second piercing thing because I want to do the up the top and then the chain going down. But anyway, so all right. But everybody who's listening to this, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next Sunday. And then you can always go back and listen to this if you logged in late. You can listen to this on Amazon Prime, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And then you can actually watch us and listen to us if you're at work, working out, whatever, on YouTube. But everybody have a
superior.
Good night. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Okay. In meeting.